So inshallah we'll go ahead and start. So we'll do inshallah ayah number 126 of Surah Al-Baqarah. The ayat continues about the story of Ibrahim alayhi salam. After he and Ismail alayhi salam had built the Kaaba, then Ibrahim alayhi salam made a dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this ayat is about his dua, his supplication to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and a response that came from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala about his dua. So this is the ayah. So we'll first do some translation. Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. Wa idh qala Ibrahimu, and when Ibrahim said, okay, said means he made a dua. Rabbij al, O my Rabb, O my Lord, make hada baladan, this city, the city of Makkah, okay, aminan, a place of peace. So he made a dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that this place Makkah, make this a place of peace. Warzuq ahlahu, and provide or give them rizq, the people of this town, the people of this city, minas samarati, of the fruits. Now fruits here include all the food that he made dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to be given to the people of the city. And then he further said, man amana, whoever minhum, among these people. So he kept his dua about only those people who had believed or who will believe. Okay? Man amana minhum, whoever believes among them, among the people who will be living in the city, billahi wal yawmil akhiri, in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, believing in Allah and believing in the day of judgment, yawmul akhir. So this is what his dua was. His dua was limited to the people who will believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that, oh Allah, give them provision, give them rizq, okay, provide for them. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala answered by saying, qala, he said. Here, he is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Waman kafara, so whoever will reject, whoever will disbelieve, فَأُمَتِّعُهُ قَلِيلًا, so I will give them also for some little or for some time. I will provide for them also, but that will be for the provision of this world, little provision of this world. Okay? Then thumma, then after that, attarruhu, I will force them. Those people who will disbelieve, I will force them, Allah says, ila azabin nar, to a fire, or the punishment of a fire. Okay? So once they go back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in this world they will be given some provision, those who disbelieve, but when they return back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they will be punished by the fire. وَبِئْسَ الْمَصِيرُ, and Allah says that that is a very evil and bad place to be. And that's about the hellfire, Jahannam. So this is the reply that came from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to Ibrahim alayhi salam. Okay? So now with that, let's look in the meaning. So first few words are wa idh qala. Okay. So these are the words of Ibrahim alayhi salam. Actually the word Ibrahim is there, so you can just write down that. Ibrahimu. Okay. Wa idh qala Ibrahimu. Wa means and, Id means when. So when in the history, when in the past, when he had finished building the Kaaba, Qala, he said. Okay, and we have seen these words repeating many times. The root letters are Qaf, Waw and Lam. This means to say. Okay. And if we put 3 fathahs on them, it will be Qawala, which is the past tense, that means he said. Okay. And Waw is a weak letter with a fatha, it changes into an alif, so it becomes Qala. Okay. Qala, he said. But because there is a name after that, we don't have to say he anymore. We can say Ibrahim said. And when Ibrahim said, which means when Ibrahim made dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay? So the meaning will be وَإِذْ قَالَ إِبْرَاهِيمُ, and when Ibrahim said. And when said Ibrahim. And when Ibrahim said. What did he say? Those are the next few words. The first word is Rabbi. Okay? So, Rabbi starts with these letters. Rabbun. Rabbun means Lord. Rabbun means also provider. One who provides is also Rabb. Okay? But general translation is Lord. Rabbun, Lord. Okay? And Ya means my. Okay? So when we combine these two words, this is the way they will be written. Rabbi. That means my Lord. Or my Rabb. Okay? When you combine these, instead of 2 Dhammas, this is combined like a Rabbi. Okay? Now this is also written as this way. It is also written this way. So what you see in the Quran is written this way. The actual meaning is my Lord. Okay? Because this Ya is not written, because this kasra makes the sound of Ya. So the word is my Lord. Okay? So he addressed Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saying my Lord. So he made dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by saying my Lord or my Rabb. Okay? Then the word after that, it starts with these 3 letters, Jim and Lam. Okay. This means to make. Okay. This means to make something. Okay. So if we look at these 3 letters that we study, Fa, Ain and Lam. Okay. Fa'ala, this means to do. Okay. And if we look here on number 13 here, can you turn that one on? That one was on. So if we put an alif here in the beginning and make it like if'al. If'al is a command, means do. By putting this alif with a kasra in the beginning, if'al, which is there in the table, you are asking or making dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, do this. Okay? Or you're asking someone to do something, you say do it. It's a request or a command. Okay? So if we apply this part of the grammar to these three letters, these will become ij'al. Ij'al means make. Okay? And it's a grammar, the rule of grammar is command, but because it's a asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so it's a supplication, it's a dua, it's a request. You cannot say he commanded Allah to do something. He requested Allah to do something. And request is please make. Okay? So when you have the word Rabbi before that, and you have ij'al, and you read them together, then you do not pronounce this alif here in the middle. So this alif, it changes into a hamzatul wasl, and you join Rabbij'al.
How do you say maker?
Maker?
Yeah.
That's what maker is. Ja'ilun.
Ja'ilun.
Yeah. So here is a request. My Rabb, make. It's a dua. So Ibrahim alayhi salam made the dua. Oh my Lord, make. Okay. Oh my Lord, make. Okay.
Qala means said, huh?
Yeah, Qala means said.
You know what's funny? They say that, and the Quran says, the way I created you the first time, it's easier to make you again.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be easier than making you the first time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So the words after that is Hada baladun. Hada means this. Okay. So now remember the word is Rabbij'al. And then he says Hada. Hada means this. Hada means this. So, oh my Rabb, make this. Okay? And the word after that is Bala done. Okay? So the actual word is Baladun, which is written like two dhammas. This means city. Baladun means city. Okay? Now, we have seen few times that if there is some grammar and a noun comes after that, like an object or maf'ul, it changes two dhammas into two fathas. Meaning does not change, it remains city. But the original word is baladun, and when you change two dhammas into two fathas, you have to put an extra alif. Okay. So, my Rabb, make this city. Okay. When he is talking about this city, he is talking about Makkah, city of Makkah. Okay. So this is the Makkah. he has built the Kaaba in the city of Makkah, and then he is making dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that my Lord make this city. Okay? The city of Kaaba. Okay? What make this city? Aminan. So the word Aminan is like Aman. Place of Aman is called Aminan. Aman means peace. Aman means peace. Okay? And from this word, Aminan is a place of peace. Place of peace. So he is making dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that make this city a place of peace, where there is always peace. Okay? So that is the meaning of Aminan, place of peace where there is always peace in the city.
Medina is a city too.
Right, but he did not build Medina. He was building the Kaaba in Makkah.
No, what I mean, the word of Medina is a city.
Medina means city also, yes. Medina means also city. Baladana also means, Baladun means city also, or a town. Okay? Like Surah Al-Balad it means the city. Okay? So this is the first part of the dua that he made, that, O Allah, O my Lord, make this city a place of peace, where there is always peace in the city. But no war should take place in this city, and people should not fight in this city. It should be a place of peace.
So smaller city is called Qaryatun.
Qaryatun means township. It's a very small township. That's Qarya. Now, strangely, you will notice that in the history of Makkah, there have been wars around it, but not much inside of it. Even when Prophet ﷺ returned to Makkah, he took over Makkah without fighting. Okay? Even when the pagans and mushrikeen were living there, they were not fighting inside the city. They used to respect the city. So this is the dua of Ibrahim alayhi salam, that, O Allah, make this city a place of peace. Okay? Then he made a second part of the dua, which is warzuq ahlahu. Okay? Let's look at his second dua. Was warzuq. So this vav, first vav means end. Okay. And razaqa is the root, and this means to provide. To provide or to give rizq. Rizq means provision. Whatever a person gets in his lifetime, it's called his rizq. Means provision. So razaqa means to provide. Okay? Now, again, this is a part of the dua. So when we put an alif in the beginning, urzuqu, urzuq means give provision or provide. It's a dua. Okay? It is again the same kind of grammar. When you put an alif in the beginning, it makes like a command or a request of a dua. Okay? Except the difference is that this follows a different rule of grammar, and middle letter carries Dhamma. That's the reason it is Urzuq. Urzuq means provide or give. Give provision.
Just from my understanding, what the meaning would be if I wrote irzik.
There is no word irzuq.
Like you said, ijmal, like or.
So the rule is that the middle letter in this case carry a Dhamma. So when you put an alif in the beginning there, you have to see what is on the middle letter.
And that's the same thing.
Then you apply there. In the case of Dhamma, if it is fatha or kasra, then it is kasra.
Okay.
Okay? So that's the rule of making amr or command, that what harakat should go on alif, you have to look at the middle letter.
Depends on the third word.
Yeah.
Arabic is Qasra and
Okay, if it was, so let's just take the case. If this was a Dhamma, right? So alif carried Dhamma. If this was either fatha or a kasra, then this will carry kasra.
I see.
The original word does have a razaka, which is.
Razaqa, yes. Yarzuqu. But see, you have to look at two things. Madi and Mudare. Okay? So the grammar, Razaqa is the original letters. Okay? So Ra, Za, Ka, right? But when you do the Mudare, present tense, it will be Yarzuqu. Yarzuqu. So either Mazi or Mudare, past tense or present tense, if the middle letter carries a Dhamma, that becomes the rule. So in this case, Madi stayed with 3 fathas, but present tense becomes Dhamma. Okay? So here, the word is Urzuqu. Okay? And when you put a waw before that, and you combine, try to read together, then you do not recite this alif. You combine waw with ra, so it will become war, zuq, and provide, and give. Okay? And so this alif, originally that had dhamma, it became as hamzatul wasal. You do not sound it, do not pronounce. Just combine waw with the ra, warzuq, and give them provision, or give them rizq.
So how do you say provide?
Provide this thing, urzuq.
Oh, urzuq.
Urzuq. That's what we made the grammar here.
Yeah.
Command, when you make a command or a request or a dua, you put an alif in the beginning, and it becomes an order or a command or a dua or a supplication. Okay? So original word is urzuq, which means provide, give. Okay? Give rizq. Okay? Sustain. Okay? And because of the waw, the sound will become warzuq.
So Re has a fatha on the original word, or
Which one?
is it Urazam?
Oh, yeah, so this is actually urzuq. It's like if-al. Yeah, so that's right. Urzuq is the one. Okay. And so when you combine with the waw, it becomes warzuq. Okay. So and provide. Okay. So the dua is and provide.
Risk. It's risk, isn't it? Risk.
Yeah, rizq means provision.
Yeah, risk.
Whatever Allah provides you, that is rizq. Whatever He gives us to live from the day 1 to the last day, that's called rizq.
Yeah, we have the same.
Okay? So Ibrahim alayhi salam made dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that provide them. Means don't keep them poor. Give them enough. Okay? Okay, and then the next word is